Hello and welcome back to yet another video. Today I will show you a couple of powerful tricks you can apply right now to improve your hair painting quickly. Some of these tips are very simple but powerful. I will also provide some images for you to download and follow along. So fasten your seatbelt and let's go. Now, if you have been following me on social media, you probably noticed this is one of the projects I'm working on. Her name is Lisa, might change later. It's still in the progress, so it's far from complete. The last thing I added was the mushrooms you see next to her and the details to her hair. If you are wondering, yes, these are the same mushrooms we did in the previous tutorial. Check it out if you have ever wondered how to draw eye-catching, painterly fantasy mushrooms. The full playlist is in the description box. And I neglected to mention, you actually get to see how you can leverage AI ethically for the mushroom. AI is a hot topic, I know. It's a total blessing if you are tired of that reference witch hunt. You would still have to hold a pen 99% of the time in your hand. Sorry, there won't be any lazy prompting monkey business in this tutorial. I won't deny it, the hair was the hardest part. It took me experimenting with different approaches and various techniques, along with a lot of trial and error. And I want to share with you the best and simplest techniques I used to take it from here to here, making it look more realistic in the process. And the best part, I will give you the opportunity to try out these techniques on hair projects images from Pixabay, which I will mention in a moment, rather than doing it from scratch to keep this lesson simple and avoid overwhelming you. With that said, let's get into the techniques. Technique number 1, Gaussian blur. Unfortunately, most of the hair strands are too sharp. Some should blend in along the edges. Ideally, you should manually blend these sharp edges with blend brushes, but this can be quite time consuming. So I'm going to use a Gaussian blur instead. Go to Filter, Blur, Gaussian blur, and apply a little bit of blur, not too much. And it looks quite realistic now. It's not the best compared to manual blending, of course, but it does a very good job if you are in a hurry. This is like UV unwrapping in Blender with Smart Object View instead of doing it manually by marking the individual seams. Technique number 2, HSV adjustment filter. This is a godsend if you are a hair dye enthusiast, so don't procrastinate on this one. All you have to do is hit Ctrl+U and drag this little slider to get your new hair dye for free. Want to make hair a redhead? No problem. Wanna go blonde? You got it. Fancy manic panic or an anime look? You bet. And a controller here is very helpful, by the way. As you can see, it's making the process quite intuitive. Now, unfortunately, I cannot supply the source file for this painting, so instead, I want you to go to Pixabay, search for hair, set the filter to illustration, and I think these two are best suitable. Give both a download and import them into Krita. The download links are in the description box for your convenience. Now for this to work, the hair must be either on its own separate layer or at least selected. The image comes as a single PNG, so it's not layered, unfortunately. So just roughly select the hair, copy it, then paste it into a new layer. Hide the original for now and erase the unwanted parts. Hide the original, and with your separated hair layer selected, let's give it a shot. Ctrl+U again. Let's go red. Actually, it appears the same author has another version of this character with red hair, having likely used the same hair filter technique to change the colors. So yeah, there you have it. No more spending hours painting over again just to change hair color. And when you're happy, merge down your hair layer into the original, but I suggest you make a backup copy first. Technique number 3, the liquify brush, and my favorite. Hit the F6 and grab this brush. This is called the liquify brush, and it lets you change the hair flow. If it's too wide, you can push it down a bit. You can nudge the dangling hair to the left. Take care not to skew the skin and clothes since it's all in one layer. To see its real power, try it on images with air-blown strands like this one. You can also play with the grow and shrink liquify brushes to get interesting effects. Don't go too crazy to avoid pixelation and distortion. Feel free to apply a bit of unsharp mask to lessen the side effects if necessary. I use this combination to tweak the hair painting. Technique number 4, paint over, and the star of the show. As the title suggests, you create a paint over layer and spend time painting over, starting from a simple block-in and gradually building up details. I recommend having some reference in place for guidance. Yes, this AI generated double-headed girl looks freaky. At least for her reference sake, it looks good enough. Far better than spending hours searching ArtStation, Pinterest or DeviantArt for that perfect pose, which could be like searching for a needle in a haystack in the worst scenario. And I believe this is a good example of ethical use of AI. Now for your comparison, here is the original and this is the final. Very powerful drawing technique, as you can see. The process is surely complex, but that takes time and practice, but it's well worth it once you get the hang out of it. If you want to learn this proven paint over technique, check out Paint Over from anime to semi-realistic digital painting by Begley Korn. This course is pretty short, only 1.5 hours, I would say. Unlike most digital art courses that are 10 to a whopping 20 hours long, I completed it myself and used the paint over techniques I learned on the hair painting on this video. Despite being short, it's very impressive and quite underrated. The techniques I discovered from it are something I wished I knew earlier. The workshop is available on SkillShare. If you are already a premium member, you can attend it right now at no additional cost. If you are new on the other hand, no problem. I've got a free 30-day trial for you. Use it to go through the workshop. If you spend 30 to 50 minutes a day, it should take you about 5 to 6 days to complete it. You can then take advantage of the remaining days to check out over 1,000 amazing digital art courses instead of buying them individually on other platforms. Cancel anytime. If you are tired of the YouTube rabbit hole, I recommend checking out Widhi Muttaqien's bestseller concept art course. There you will discover the nitty-gritty of Krita, which is difficult to find on the web nowadays, unlike Photoshop, plus learn the foundation of digital painting, which is a huge bonus. I believe this is an excellent use of that 30 days free access at your disposal. Of course, there are tons of bestseller courses you can explore on almost every topic you can imagine. At the end of the day, I hope you got value out of this lesson. Don't forget to smash that like button if you didn't hate this video. I'll see you in the next lesson. You have a great day.